Right, today we're going to go with our full DIY step-by-step tutorial of how to clone one of your tops. Here I'm using a long sleeve stretchy top. The first rule, as always, is to turn it inside out. Make sure that you can see the seam line. Here I have the sleeve and I'm clipping it together. Just make sure it's all nicely pressed together. And there we've done both sides. Now we've selected the fabric that we're going to change. Let's check which way the fabric stretches so that we can match it to the fabric being used. Okay, we're going to fold the fabric double so as to cut front and back of the top in one go. So again, just make sure that the stretch is the same and that the sleeves are all clipped nicely together so that we can see the seam line and we can adjust and copy accordingly. So we folded it in double. I'm holding it down with my rocks. Place it as nicely as you can, stretching out those little edges. Take your time in doing this as it's going to allow for a perfect pattern. Right, just using regular chalk you can trace out the pattern piece. Again, just making sure that you're stretching out and taking out the little bits of the corners so that you can get it as exact as you'd like. So going along at the top, at the shoulders, you'll have to pull it out a little bit, and along the neckline, this would be the back of the neck. You see the tag of the shirt marking the middle line. And we're just going all around the top. Right, now for the neckline, we have done the back neckline. What we want to do now for the front one is simply tuck away the back neckline. Just tuck it under. And we're going to mark out the front neckline now. The front neckline is generally, in most tops, will be a little bit lower than the back neckline. Make sure the shoulders as well, they will have a little bit of a different shape. And there we have it. So we can begin to cut it out. I'm going to cut it out as the back and leave the front. Always a good idea to mark it. I like to mark whether it's the front or back, and also whether it's the right side of the fabric or the wrong side. Right, now for the front neckline, we're just going to gently lift up the material and just trace a line around where we can see the front neckline was copied out on the top piece. So just sketch that out and we see that it matches. So now this would be our front piece, and we would cut that neckline out, as well as along the shoulders, and we have our front and our back. What I like to do is always just fold it in half for both sections and just make sure that they do line up exactly. You'll find that there might be some little pieces that aren't exact, so just trim those off to make sure that it is an exact piece. Okay, front side with the right side, again front side, right side, and we're now going to join it up at the shoulder seams and stitch those together. Remember, if the shoulders don't line up exactly, as they might not do in some instances, just start from the neckline and mark those and stitch from there. If it sticks out a little bit towards the armhole, don't worry about it, the sleeves will correct that. Right, those are sewn together. We can now unclip the armholes and get ready to do our sleeves. Shoulders are done, so it's sleeves. Again, let's check the stretch. Make sure that the material we're using stretches in the same way. I won't bore you with details of bias and non-bias and all the technical terms that they use. It's basically which way the fabric stretches. I place my rocks and off we go cutting it out. For the measurement on the inside of the sleeve, just fold it over, make sure to stretch it out, and then you cut it out, and there you have your sleeve. Both sleeves will be identical. Again, I'm marking that this is the wrong side of the fabric and the right side. It can be difficult to see that on some of the fabric. Now you'll just take that exact same sleeve, flip it over to make the sleeve for the other side. There we go, we have our two pieces, right side and wrong side. We want to stitch right side to right side. Okay, opening up our top, again always right side to right side. We're going to now clip the sleeve together, but before we do that, fold your sleeve over and mark where the center is so that you can match it up exactly to the top. So there's our center point, which we're going to mark together, right side to right side as always. Clip that together and then clip the two sides and then the pieces in between. Again, some variations on tops might leave you with extra fabric. Just maneuver it around as best as you can to clip it together. It will all smooth out once it is sewn together. Okay, and that's that done. We're going to do exactly the same for the other side, then we're going to stitch it. There we go, both sleeves are now attached. Fold it over. Here we have our top. Now we're just going to fold it inside out. We're going to stitch it down the sleeve line and down the sides, and then hem the sleeves, hem the bottom, and your top is done. All done, all stitched. Just to hem out the sleeves, hem out the bottom, which is just folding it and stitching over, and your top is done, ready to wear. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please let me know in the comments.
Please subscribe. Thank you.